Hi, East Coast Canadian here. How's everyone doing? Um, just a little update. Gonna do something different tomorrow. Um, Yesterday, my grandfather passed away. He was not from the vaccine or anything, in case you're wondering. He's 87 years old. Um, he was a Baptist minister his entire life. He pastored for 65 years every Sunday, right up until about 2 weeks ago when he had a stroke. It took away his speech and he couldn't walk, so he ended up in the hospital. And so I got a call from my cousin yesterday morning, and she said that the doctor gave him a day to live, I guess, and they gave him some medication to make him comfortable. While he couldn't talk, my cousin was telling me that he was squeezing her hand when she talked to him, so he was conscious and alert and aware of people talking to him. So I gave him a call and she put me on speakerphone, and I said goodbye to him. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I broke down. I was crying there, and I told him I loved him, and I'm gonna miss him. He's 87 years old. He lived a good life. He was happy. He said he had no regrets the last time I was speaking to him on the phone, which was probably 8 weeks ago or so. But anyway, last time I seen him a year ago, all this COVID crap, he lives in Nova Scotia, Bridgewater, Nova Scotia. Not allowed to go there because I don't have the vaccine. So the visits were limited to none, I guess. The only reason that I did get to see him at that time was because we had to take our son to an appointment, and they allowed us in, I guess. And we snuck over to Bridgewater and visited my grandfather. And I brought my camera at the time, and I sat down with him for an interview, and we did an interview for a documentary because I wanted to make a documentary about his life. And we stayed the night in a hotel, and the following morning we had breakfast with them and with my grandmother and grandfather, and then we went to church, and I recorded his sermon. So I have the interview and the sermon and several phone calls and documents and all this stuff. So I am going to put together a documentary. I meant to do it last year so he would be able to see it, and he was looking forward to kind of seeing that. But things happen, you put things off, and that's life, I guess. But I'm going to work hard on this documentary and put it out for Christmas for the family for Christmas Eve. And I'm going to do a tribute to my grandfather tomorrow. About 3 or 4 years ago, he sent me all of his old sermons, and I was going through them. Handwritten sermons from the late 80s and 90s and stuff like that. And there's one called The End of a World, which I read last night, based on 2 Peter 3. There's other verses in here and stuff. It's 8 pages long. Anyway, I thought it would be fitting, since I'm not allowed to go to Nova Scotia and grieve with my family because of this COVID nonsense. I'm gonna do this sermon tomorrow. As a tribute to my grandfather, The End of a World, and it talks about death and end times and stuff like that. Also going to bring Peter Branscombe on with me, because he knows the Bible in and out. So the two of us go through this sermon, get my grandfather's message across, and play a hymn at first, and a couple of clips of my grandfather, and hopefully I'm going to invite my family to watch it. So if you can, be respectful in the chat room. It's nothing to do with drinking or smoking or swearing or like I got to cover up that sign with the government's listening and stuff. I'm gonna put a dress shirt on and try to pay respect to my grandfather, and I guess that's my way of grieving and remembering him since I can't go to the funeral. So I'm not sure of the time. Probably be 10 or 11 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, but look for the link. I'll probably schedule it I'll schedule it tonight for tomorrow. And if you want to come and hear a message from a good pastor, a good Baptist pastor, then come check it out. So thanks guys, and I'll talk to you later. Cheers.